Yo, what up, Fight World? Your boy Ego. I don't know. YouTube is really bugging out, and it's getting frustrating. There's like they're trying to do too much. We didn't have audio the last stream. I haven't changed anything on my end. It's like it's getting crazy. Doing simple shit like Facebook. If you stream on Instagram, no one else has any problems. None of other platforms. $1 trillion company. And we can't get a simple stream running. And I literally haven't changed. I stream all day, daily. Literally haven't changed one button. And all of a sudden there was no sound randomly. Like, what? What came back and they start tripping? I don't get it. You said something came back and they were tripping. What does that mean? Who came back? We're gonna get started in a second. Can you guys hear me still? The stream ended and started back up. What happened? Like, what do you mean? It showed me? I'm so lost. The stream showed me back up and I didn't know I was streaming? I don't know. You gotta elaborate on that one. I noticed the YouTube app be more glitchy every update, more like downgrade. Yeah, they're trying. This is what companies do. Change could be good, you know, like Pac said. Change, shit. I guess change is good for any of us. Whatever it takes. Change could be good, but they're trying to. It's a lot, man. They're dealing with the issue regarding the endangerment of kids. So that came up. So they're trying to like add filtration systems to prevent, you know, the chesters and people who are doing wrong on the platform. So they're trying to increase like demonetization filters for people who are offending the community guidelines and potential, like, you know, people that the police need to be looking into because they're doing foul stuff. So that's one thing you guys could read about that. I don't want to, you know, I don't even want to spread too much of that conversation, so they try to identify my channel with it or whatever. I don't know that, but then they're trying to convert everyone to go to they have an app. It's called the YouTube Studio. They're trying to make you convert to that on your desktop, so it's kind of the same. So they're trying to integrate that, but it's still in the beta version. So it's just it's really annoying as a full-time creator because I've been on the platform for a while. There was really nothing wrong with the regular version. I used the app. Boom. But they're trying to upgrade, which wouldn't be bad, whatever. But the thing is, it's in beta mode. So some of the basic features that were on the regular YouTube website, like if you were to approach it on your desktop, since they haven't finalized the beta mode, it's like a testing mode, is not complete. So they got us using, they automatically shifted everyone to the new YouTube Studio desktop version, but they don't got all the shit. You know what I'm saying? Hulk Bradley, I don't know, bro. I don't know. You said it glitched me back on. Bro, I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, so it's really annoying at the end of the day. But enough of that. What up, Fight World? Your boy Ego. You know, I was gonna get something to eat. I don't even want to do, after all that no audio and stuff, I don't even want to do a long stream. I just want to talk about a few things. You know, that kind of killed my whole little vibe after watching the fights. But post fight, Ryan Garcia, first of all, congrats. He won. He beat his opponent. And after he started calling out like Mayweather's camp, it was actually kind of a little bit weird, you know. Ryan Garcia, that's my guy. He knows me. The call out was a little weird though, you know, because the way he worded it and the way he phrased it, he made it like he was calling out Mayweather. Like he first started out and said, "Oh yeah, one last thing in the Mayweather's camp, you know, you'll get your turn." And then, but the way he phrased it and worded it, it made it sound like he was getting at Floyd, like calling him out. But I'm pretty sure he was referring to Mayweather promotion fighters, like, and maybe Floyd for trying to facilitate and set those fights up. So I'm assuming he's not referring to fighting Floyd. That, you know, that doesn't even make sense. Floyd's retired. He's at 47. So I'm pretty sure he's just referring to the Rollies and Gervonta, Tank Davis, etc. But he didn't really specify. I mean, I could let you guys listen to it so you could, you know, I'll play it right now. No, it just, like I said, I'm pretty sure he's talking about Mayweather promotion fighters, but he just kind of, hold on, sorry.
Has a ton of exclusive in his upcoming show and Physicality now. Boom.
And also, I want to say something to the Mayweather camp that keeps running their mouth, man. Don't worry. You get your fights up, and I will whoop your ass anywhere. Let's do it. I ain't intimidated by Mayweather. Nobody can intimidate me.
See, that was it. But anyway, it sounded a little bit forced. Like, I don't know if De La Hoya. Hey, listen, I'm just going to say this, bro. Guys and girls. There's a lot, listen to me. We're getting a lot of clout chasing going on in boxing. Like, clout chasing heavy. Like, you know, just in general, bro. You know, it's just, you know, I'm old school with the boxing shit. Like, I like a lot of like throwback fighters like James Toney, my favorite fighter Roy Jones, you know, Prince Nassim's, you know, Tyson, like Julio Cesar Chavez. So I'm all with the call outs. Like, I don't have a problem with the call out. You know, historically, some great fights have been manifested from, you know, stem from call outs or someone jumping in the ring. But like, these guys, there's like a lot of people doing call outs, but it's more talk, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not really with that. Like, you don't, I talk for a living, you know, make money on this internet, but I'm not a talker when it comes to like war. Like, there's nothing to talk about. Someone said they're gonna harm me or my family. What we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. Like, I don't have words for you at that point. You know, I'm just gonna be like Macaulay Culkin Home Alone. Try to get prepared for whatever. So I don't know. It's just, I like call outs. I like the theatrics, the WWE stuff, trash talk. I don't mind any of that. Showboating. I don't mind any, but within reason. But there's just a lot of clout chasing. It just feels like a lot of people calling out, knowing there's turmoil and cold wars and people on different networks. And it's like that becomes the focus. And, you know, it just gets old because we know that it's not happening next. You get what I'm saying? Like, Ryan Garcia, he just fought a guy named Jose Lopez, who's not really a major player or name. Jose Lopez is coming off of a knockout loss to another person, and then that's who Golden Boy put him in. So, you know, frankly, I'm getting tired of talking about Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia when we can't even get Ryan Garcia versus Rolly. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't look likely. If where Golden Boy feels Ryan Garcia is at with his career, to put him in with the guy Jose Lopez coming off a loss, you know, he's 18-0 now. I think that's his resume. That's cool. You know, he's young. You're trying to feel him out, let him grow. But it's like, after every Ryan Garcia fight, I keep hearing about Gervonta Tank Davis, and I don't really feel like Golden Boy is going to put him in there with him. Despite if Ryan Garcia, as a fighter himself, would take the fight or wants to fight. You know, ES News got an interview with De La Hoya, and they said, what about your fighter Ryan and Tank? And he's like, oh, no. Yeah, Ryan's not ready. Tank's a beast. And that tells me what I need to know. Your promoter, like, no matter what you want, you know, your promoter don't feel comfortable moving you at that rate. You know, Tank is a 2-time world champion. He's a couple years older than Ryan Garcia. So, you know, for me, it's just that, I don't know. Maybe it's my mood because I'm hungry, but it just, for me, I just would like, people are turning boxing into like one big clout chase. You know what I'm saying? Like, the focus is Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford about to fight Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see how he does with that. You know, Errol Spence just finished his fight. It's like people, you know, the Cold War. Like, like honestly, if you had 50,000 in your entire bank account, life savings, some shit, or something you've been saving up, would you put it towards the notion that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, based on what you've seen from either side, will happen next? You know, I know I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. You know, there was a question asked to Errol Spence after the Mikey Garcia dominant victory. Errol, are you going to see Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan? He said nope, and then that was the end of the press conference. You know, and it's like PBC, they're kind of limiting how much they're talking about Terrence Crawford. They've also said stuff like Richard Schaefer's and stuff. We got a lot of fights over here we can easily make. You know, this is not a same thing with Terrence. I mean, Top Rank. You know, Max Kellerman on ESPN today said something to the effect of, yeah, Terrence, there's just a lot of great fights you could fight with other welterweights. You know, and he kind of just prefaced it as there's a lot of talented welterweights. And then he asked him one Errol Spence question, and then the interview was concluded. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think either side is overly trying to give the other side much press. But beyond that, I don't think a lot of these fights are going to happen at all. I'm not saying ever, so I guess I should have been a little bit more clear. I don't think they're going to happen like anytime in the near future, like meaning this summer. So it's just, to me, it's like, it's draining at the end of the day. It feels like you don't even want to talk about it. Like, I just feel in my heart, and I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, as a man, I always come to you and say, hey, I was wrong. But if you're putting Ryan Garcia, for this example, his promoters feel he's fighting Jose Lopez, who's coming off of a knockout loss, then I highly, highly doubt, despite him maybe wanting to really fight Tank Davis, I highly doubt that De La Hoya and Eric Gomez and Diaz or whoever else, Bernard Hopkins, is going to put him in there. And Bernard Hopkins was doing commentary, and it was pretty awful. He was like clout chasing and promoting the Tank fight. Oh yeah, I want to see Ryan Garcia. Like he was saying that like Ryan Garcia is so much better, and this is his best performance, and he wants to see Gervonta Tank Davis. Then he switched and said he wants to see it in a fight or two. You don't want the fight next. That's what it is. I know Tank. Tank would take the fight. You know, trust me, he would take the fight. You know, if it was on even Steven terms, and you know he probably feel he's an A-side or whatever. He's the champion. He would take the fight. You know, I don't know anyone that thinks Tank is ducking the fight. So we know it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, like I said, at the end of the day, it gets draining. Just talk about, we know it's not gonna happen next. We know that. Like I said, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I'll come to you as a man and say, oh shit, I didn't see it happening this summer. You know. Hey, block Matthias Eriksson. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Same thing with De La Hoya. He named his slew of. Canelo has a dangerous fight right now. This is what I'm saying. That's why it feels like Golden Boy is clout chasing heavy. Canelo's in a good fight. Everyone's happy. Unification, good fight. De La Hoya's doing press, promotional runs, talking about Canelo can face Andre Ward if he wants at 175. Who believes that that's going to happen? I talk about it because it's my channel, and I talk about the latest and greatest. But even in that video, I said it with, my full attitude. I don't see that happening next. So, me personally, as I'm just a realist, I prefer to talk about reality. That's why people ask me, oh, what about this Floyd Mayweather if he fought Mike Tyson? I don't want to even talk about too much of that, because why am I going to argue with somebody with something that there is no real end result, because it's not going to happen? You know, you could be like, oh, Tommy Hearns versus this. You know, what if Marco Antonio Barrera fought this guy, Pacquiao versus Edwin Valero? I mean, we could do this all day, but Edwin Valero, God rest his soul, he's not with us. We're not going to see it. That's just who I am as a person. I don't like to expend more energy than what is necessary. And like I said, Golden Boy keeps mentioning Tank. You know, Mayweather, he mentioned Ryan Garcia. Well, actually, I think, you know, it's been a couple weeks or a month or so, but I want to say somebody called out Tank, and then Mayweather did the interview with TMZ and said, hey, Ryan Garcia, all right, cool, I got a bet. Here's a proposition. You'll get Tank, get past my guy Rolly first. You get what I'm saying? So I think even that was more of a, I'm from the Bay, man. We try not to sell wolf tickets. That's what they call them. You know, Bernard Hopkins, like, his commentaries, like, Company Man 2000. I respect B-Hop, the fighter. B-Hop, the promoter, he says a lot of stuff I disagree with. Like when he was on HBO, you know, if he talks about Mayweather, because it sounds like he's, you know, being a company man for Golden Boy, and sound like he's hating a lot of times. Sound like he's saying, like, pitching to the, you know, to the crowd. He's trying to cater and stuff, cooning and stuff. That's what I feel. And the thing in boxing, I guess this is what makes my channel do what we've done, given the fact that I don't cover every fight, given the fact that, you know, I'm pretty much a one-man band, one-man army. I think the reason I have success is because I connect with the people. Like, people always say, how do I start my channel? How'd you get started? First of all, it don't matter how I got started, because I got started when I got started, you know, and I'm a different person. So I tell people all the time when they say, hey, Ego, how do I start a YouTube channel? Just get started, period. Just get started. But, you know, if I had to quantify it, if I had to, like, speak to people on some real shit, I think me being who I am, you know, lay back, pretty chill, crack a couple jokes, talk this boxing, be respectful, be professional, exercise my creativity, and just overall be real. I think that's the biggest thing and be innovative. You know, these are the biggest things that I brought to the game, and I think that's what's helped my channel. It's just being honest. Like, I told you 7 reasons Amir Khan shouldn't fight Canelo. I made the video about it, right? Then the fight happened. You seen why I said that. You seen why I said it, because I knew that was gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? So I'm human. I'm not Jesus. I'm not perfect, but I try my best. I try to put out a message that I'm proud of, that I'm not gonna look foolish for, you know. And people just be putting, like, you know, putting too much on it. And, like, my thing is, Ryan Garcia, my honest, and this is, Ryan knows me, he knows who I am, right? My honest opinion, Ryan Garcia, he has a good canvas. I don't know that he's ready for a title shot right this second, but he's on the right track. Like, you know, he has a new team, so he's learning different stuff. I respect the Reynosos and Canelo. You know, that's good energy to be around, instead of just you and your dad and brother in a garage, you know, doing Instagram videos, which is you know, that's how he came up. That's cool. But this is a world-class team being with Canelo. So that's good. I like that. I think he has a lot of natural ability, speed, naturally has power, but he has to work on polishing certain things. Those are my honest, true life, professional, real assessments of Ryan Garcia. You know, I wouldn't personally put him in with Gervonta Tank Davis right now. He says he wants it, but Mikey Garcia also said he wanted Errol Spence. That's my personal opinion. That fight could be built, and that could be a huge attraction. But just some of the moves, like I've seen Ryan Garcia sometimes have his chin up. In this fight, he was winning both rounds. he hurt the man and was like piling it on, and he goes 100% in for the kill. Good, exciting for fans, but that would be bad because, like, at elite level, because the worst thing to do is to underestimate your opponent or get too overzealous against a wounded animal. That's when an animal is most dangerous. Like a dog that just got hit by a car and, you know, his leg is broken or something, and it's you cornering the alley. Good luck, you know, because he don't know what happened. He's, you know, halfway concussed. He might fuck around try to bite you, and you're trying to help it. You know, you're the vet. He don't know what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Or if you ever watch like National Geographic, and they try to tranquilize a mountain lion or something, or lion or something, he's trying to kill. He don't know what you're trying to do. You might be trying to kill it. That's the natural instinct. So that's how a fighter's mentality. And for me, I seen Ryan Garcia, and I've seen this in some of his fights. He has to just work on his stamina, because in the middle rounds of the Carlos Morales Facebook fight and another one, the one before that with Jason Velez, he looked a little bit tired, stuff like that. So I think Golden Boy's on the right track with building him. But, you know, to me, unless you're going to put him in with Gervonta Tank Davis, it's just like it's getting old. Like I said, it doesn't even have to be Tank. Put him in with Rolly. If you think he could beat Tank, then put him in with Rolly. But it's like they're trying to build. This is what they did to Floyd Mayweather. You know, Pacquiao constantly talking. It's just clout chasing, you know. Pacquiao constantly talking about Floyd Mayweather. Constantly. Who's block Robert Perez? You know, we're not with the name calling and stuff. That was horrible, bro. Thank you. My shooter's on point. That was corny. But see, this is what I'm saying. This is the name calling and stuff. Like, I'm telling you my honest assessment. I'm really here to talk boxing. Y'all be like playing little kid game. I don't know the age groups of everybody. I'm just trying to talk boxing, elevate the sport. Like I said, Ryan Garcia, keep doing what you're doing. He has a good canvas. Like, you know, I think he's naturally strong, speed. I want to see him vary his punches, mix up his punches. When you got guys hurt, just be cautious, because, you know, that's when they're the most dangerous. Things like that. Tank has fuck you up power. Like, Tank, not just, I'm not saying to Ryan Garcia, I'm just saying to anybody, you know. So that's it. You know, that's my thoughts. I just think they should build. You know, they got Ryan. He's still undefeated. He's with a new team. He's with a, you know, world-class team like Canelo. He's getting to see Canelo in camp for a major fight. You know, just like Joey Spencer. That's my guy. Joey Spencer and his family spent time with Virgil Hunter's gym, and they were training with Virgil Hunter. So he got to see Andre Ward, how he prepares for Kovalev fights. You know, gets to be backstage. He gets to see how Amir Khan and Berto prepared. That's world class, you know, just shadowing someone like that. So I think, you know, things are positive. Ryan Garcia is already clean cut. He already has a fan base. But, you know, as far as the Golden Boy clout chasing, it's just like, you might as well just ease up a touch, because people are going to really start demanding you make this fight. And, you know, I think they put an unfair pressure in boxing. You know, this shit's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Even with Bob Arum talking about Terrence Crawford, you know, first you got to get past Amir Khan, which a lot of people think he will. But at the same time, it's like, I don't understand how promoters don't understand how if you set the bar so high and the expectation right here, and then Terrence Crawford beats Khan and then fights Aegis, the Mean Machine, Kavalafagas, but you keep mentioning Errol Spence, then that's not going to be, do you get what I'm saying? Then you're only setting the fans up for disappointment. So I feel like boxing would be a smarter move, less clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? Less public talking about certain things. You know, at least Joshua and Wilder, like, there was some level of like back and forth negotiations during that timepiece. You get what I'm saying? There was exchange of emails and meetings were set up. But to my knowledge, when Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, they arranged to spar each other last year, and Golden Boy intervened. You know, Golden Boy intervened and broke that up. Like, no, nobody's going to be sparring Tank Davis, you know. So if they couldn't even get that off their chest in that way and spar, I don't think Golden Boy is going to allow it. So, you know, Bernard Hopkins being on air on DAZN doing commentary like, oh yeah, this was his best performance, and you know he's gonna fight Gervonta. I want to see that, and then saying I want to see it in a couple. I just feel like it is, you're just putting an unfair pressure on the fighter, because people are gonna be like, okay, why are you fighting Jose Lopez then? He coming off a knockout loss. If you can beat Tank, so it's just, it doesn't really benefit anybody. You know, it definitely don't benefit the fans. You know, I guess they think that's making it marinate, you know, or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, B-Hop was, I just felt like he was like over promoting. Like talk about what Tank, he was like, yeah, look at this, oh blah blah blah, oh even my 19-year-old daughter likes him. Like, in my honest opinion, Golden Boy should stop talking about Ryan Garcia's Instagram account. You know what I'm saying? Like, because boxing for the most part is a male dominated sport. Like, if you look at the amount of men in the seats, if I look at my YouTube analytics, there'll be more males. Shout out to the women that like boxing. I'm not saying only, but this stream right here, I guarantee you there's more men here. So like, you talking about, oh yeah, Ryan Garcia, you know, he did Abercrombie and Fitch and photo shoots. He was in this TV show. He got a YouTube show and he's up to 2.2 million. I don't really think, for the most part, that helps men, you know, relate to Ryan Garcia or check for his next fight. Me personally, from a marketing point of view. And it's like they keep throwing that, like keep letting you know how many followers he has on Instagram. Like, what about the kid's skills? What about how he fought Devin Haney? Like, you know, show some clips of that, or, you know, what made him go to Canelo. Like, I care more about the do you get what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear about Ryan Garcia, the fighter. I don't care about Instagram followers and shit. Bernice Anderson, $2 super chat. When do you think Tank versus Ryan happens successfully? It's not my call. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen next, you know. So frankly, I'm getting sick of talking about it. You know, I'm just saying this is what we're seeing. With, like, just look at boxing. There's right now, I could think of so many fights with this like inner network, inner platform deals that are just like on like the phone's off the hook. You know, it's not fully hung up. It's just like idle. You get what I'm saying? Wilder versus Fury 2. You know, we're just waiting. Wilder versus Joshua. Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence. Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis versus Tevin Farmer. Do you get what I'm saying? That like boxing is starting to become like just a huge clout chase. You know, they got like Andre Ward versus Buatsi or whatever, you know. I mean, not Andre Ward, excuse me. Anthony Yard. Right? And that's what it's feeling like. It's like boxing, we got to get that feeling back. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Charlo versus Triple G. It's just, what about Triple G versus, and it's just like all these fights that have promotional, some of them have promotional or differences in platforms, this Cold War stuff, and they're just all lingering. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and then like, I don't know, it's just, I guess I'm tired of it. I'm tired, like, you know, just, you don't want to just keep seeing it over and over. Like, oh, Tevin, at first it's like, okay, Tank and Tevin going at it, like, then now it's just like, damn, I would love to see that. When they gonna scrap? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not blaming the fighters for this. I'm blaming the media. I'm blaming the promoters. You know, I think the fighters in most of these situations would do it, but for whatever reason, it's like pissing contests or make them suffer or make them fend for themselves. So we're getting to the point where boxing is just becoming like one up in the competition, not working with the competition, and still mentioning the competition, you know, and clout chasing and shit. Like, it's, ugh. You know, boxing used to be a time where like you call someone out and you talk greasy, you might get that in your next couple of fights. You know what I'm saying? Tank will KO Ryan. He's not gonna KO him because it's not gonna happen like anytime soon. Like I said, if I'm wrong with any of this stuff, if Tank fights Ryan Garcia next, you know, listen, I'm telling you, hold on, let me turn this down. I don't even care about being wrong because that would be a benefit for the sport of boxing. So either way, I win. Either what I'm saying and my gut feeling is going to be true and accurate, or what I'm saying is going to be proven false by the fight happening. So boom, either way I win because I'm a boxing fan. Either I'm going to look like the Oracle, you know, I'm going to look like Miss Cleo, like I predicted this, Ego Stradamus, or I'm going to be wrong and then we get a great fight for boxing. And Canelo does fight Andre Ward at 175. Did I miss what Ryan Garcia said? He said, before I get out of here, you know, message to Floyd Mayweather. I'm not intimidated by you, you know, your fighters and your camp. You know, they're going to get their ass kicked soon enough. Get your weight up. Something like that. You know, get your fight up. GJ says you're whack as fuck, bro. That's what's up. Shooters, handle that for me. That's what's up. Hope Bradley claps your ass. Yeah, I'm weak as fuck. That's what's up. And it's funny that they come here. As long as you're watching, I'm winning. So whatever. I'll be weak. Mosquito, don't even worry about it, bro. These dudes ain't got nothing better to do. The motherfuckers be drunk and shit, drinking Tecate or whatever the fuck they serve at DAZN fights, and be, oh yeah, man, you know, be off that Four Loko and then come in the chat talking crazy. Come on, bro. Y'all gotta get it together. New media, we the militia, we run this game. I told you we were gonna rule this with the iron fist. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just my mood right now, but in general, I just feel like there's a lot of Twitter fingers, a lot of like trash talk, a lot of great fights. But you know, fans, we spend all this time talking about it, and it's just like marinating. Not gonna happen next. It's just like using clout chasing, you know, for publicity and shit, until otherwise proven by making the fights. And then, like I said, if Canelo fights Andre Ward at 175, like De La Hoya said he could do, after a tough fight like Jacobs, I'll give that man all the props in the world. It's that simple. You know, if Ryan Garcia, if he wants to fight, and Gervonta Tank Davis wants to fight, and I think Tank Davis, from when I've talked to him, he would love to fight. I think he even said that would be his pay-per-view fight or some shit. So, you know, if Golden, it's really Golden. Come on, we know it's Golden Boy, because you never heard Leonard Ellerby say, "Oh, we got to get him ready." Tank's a two-time world champion. You know what I'm saying? But we have heard Oscar De La Hoya say, "Oh no, Tank's a beast." He said it on camera. It's on ES News. He said it would have been nice to be a fan during the era when fights actually happen. Yeah, man, I don't see Canelo. Like I said, if it happens, it happens, and I'll report on it like any other fight. I don't see Canelo fighting no damn Ward anytime soon. Not next. So that's what it is. But yeah, Bernard Hopkins, he seemed like he was kind of like over promoting, like overdoing it. You know, like he's, oh yeah, this is his best performance ever. You see the way he did it. He like, it's like an unfair pressure, bro. Like, let Ryan get, like, I don't know, man. People be gassing the fighter. Like, even when Canelo, I'm pretty sure he speaks. I mean, not speaks, but he does actually speak. But I'm pretty sure he understands English. You know, because I know a lot of Spanish speakers that they're not as comfortable speaking the language, but they understand it. Like, they can sit, because you can see Canelo. You can see him when they're asking him questions in English, and he's like shaking his head. Like, he knows, you know what I'm saying? And then when Ryan Garcia was saying that about Mayweather, Canelo was just looking at him. He was just like, I don't know, he was just looking. Hey, block Lawrence Butler, bro. Come on with this racist shit, bro, that these people are doing. Just get rid of him. Yeah, we might be a continuation of last time's stream, bro. We not tolerating no racist, stupid shit, bro. You can if you can't express your opinion without offending any race or ethnicity group or anything, then we don't really need you here, bro. Oh, shout out to Roman Gonzalez. That's a great point. And that's the other thing. He says, and if the fight happens and if Ryan Garcia loses, people are going to say it happened too early. That's props for that. That is a great add-on. Yeah, exactly. Like Canelo called out Floyd Mayweather for at least a year and a half, probably 2 years or longer before he actually got the fight. Like he was fighting like on Floyd's undercards, Alfonso Gomez and people like that, saying he was ready for Floyd. And then years later, you know, he fought other people, beat Jose Cito, then beat Austin Trout, and he felt like the man. And then the fight was manifested after Floyd fought Guerrero and after Canelo beat Austin Trout, who had recently beat Cotto. And then as soon as Canelo loses embarrassingly and has to go back to the drawing board and you know, get his swag back, put them hours in the gym, they said it was because he was too young. Bro, this is a new media era. You know, we're not playing them games and shit. I'm from the old school, so we're gonna run my channel old school. And I'm not even talking about like I wasn't born in the 60s and 70s and shit like that, bro. But what I'm saying, I got an old soul. And there's an old saying, don't start none, won't be none. So I'm not having it. Like Mikey, he said he seen something, and then he fought Spence and found out it wasn't. You get what I'm saying? And then he found out it wasn't what he was looking for. Keep that same energy. That's what we doing all year. Keep that same energy. No, we don't need these like excuses, bro. You know, you got to keep that same energy. Because there's always an excuse you can make. Man, he was hurt, but the referee, you know, he should have gave him another chance. I mean, you can always make something. He was weight trained. No, we're not doing all that. You know, especially nonstop. So that's my little rant regarding this whole situation. I don't see Tank Davis. I see Ryan Garcia. Like I said, he has a good canvas he can build from. He has natural ability that he can build from, the speed, the power. I just want to see him vary that. Don't have his chin in the hair, and don't be so gung-ho when you get guys hurt. You know, take your time with it, because that's when they're going to be most dangerous. And what Jose Lopez or a fighter of that caliber might not be able to capitalize, you start fighting better competition. Even if you hurt him, like let's say Teofimo Lopez, even if you were able to hurt him, you know, you got to watch out for what's coming back. You know? Yeah, Teofimo, he raw. I like him. So that's my thing. On the flip side, I do like that these young cats don't seem to give a fuck. Like they are willing to, like at least what they say, you know, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, Tank, you know, they seem to all want to. Teofimo, they all want to challenge themselves and all like feel ready and stuff. So I think that's a good thing for boxing. So we'll see. If Tank lost to Lomachenko, we would not hear anything about his age. But if he knocked out Loma, all we would hear about Loma's age. We know how it works. Oh, Eagles Army be killing. We got people on the front line dropping that gospel. You know how the game goes. It's not even. Bro, feed me beast. That's what's up. He said Ryan Garcia legit, bro. That's what's up. I think he should keep developing. But if you want to see it, let's push for the fight. You go to Golden Boy's page, go to Oscar's page, and tell him to make the Tank fight. I'll support it. You know, like, that's just what it is. Block Maria L. Gracias. Never, never Canelo versus Floyd or you smoke. Just block them. because she been putting weird comments. Haney versus Garcia. It's not going to happen next. Like I said, I just keep saying the same thing over. Let's see it. Let's see it, goddammit. Like, that's it. Like, there's nothing. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Let's just see it. If everybody's so big and Brody and there's money in the fight and everyone wants to see it, let's see it. Like, what are we talking about? Like, y'all are some talking ass motherfuckers. Like, y'all just want to talk. Y'all, you know, Chelsea lately and shit. Y'all need a night show. Like, there's nothing to talk about. Like, what are we talking about? Oh, but you see, if Ryan Garcia connects with the punch and jab, we haven't seen Gervonta fight someone that's fat. Like, what are we talking about, bro? There's nothing to even talk about at all. It's a good fight. The fans want it. Make it. Let's see it. End of story. So, that's how I feel, you know. But I just from knowing how promoters work and what we've seen from Golden Boy, they're building up Ryan Garcia. So, they're not. I really struggled to feel that Golden Boy would take a plunge up like that. They already took a plunge up and put him in with Jason Velez, and that was a tough fight, and it wasn't Ryan Garcia's best performance. And then you see since then the competition kind of regressed a little bit, so they're probably trying to work. Plus, Oscar was probably the one that facilitated him going to Canelo, to be honest. I think Oscar probably recommended it, like, yo, the Ronelso said they'll have you. Won't. You should go train with them. That's what I think happened. My personal opinion. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to put you in with a guy coming off a knockout loss and then jump you up and put you in with the two-time champion who's strong as hell and a southpaw. If they do, power to Golden Boy. You know, I think, yeah, like even a Rolly fight would be cool, you know, but I don't even see that happening next. Rolly been asking for the work, so I just don't see it happening next, you know. The other thing I was gonna say is, damn it, I had something else to say. Oscar De La Hoya made it seems like he want to give Ryan more fights, though. I'm sure he wants to save him or something. Yeah, but then you have Bernard Hopkins, who's on the DAZN telecast, and he's talking about Gervonta, you know. So what, you know, I feel like shouldn't the camp be in unison? You get what I'm saying? That's a good fight. Ryan Garcia versus Jose Pedraza. You know, that's a good fight. See where he's at there. You know, he was holding his own with Lomachenko. That's a good fight. See, that seems more realistic. But realistically speaking, I just don't see the Tank fight happening next, despite what anyone's saying. Because, again, he just fought a guy coming off of a loss on DAZN as the main event. So, that would be like an insane step up to fight someone as malicious and ruthless as Tank, who's a southpaw with power in both hands, who just broke a guy's nose in one round and, you know, didn't make no mistakes. He showed he could jab, amateur. He's older. It doesn't sound logical. On the other hand, Top Rank on the Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan, they got Shakur Stevenson stepping up. He's fighting Christopher Pitbull Diaz. That's a good fight. Some of you may not know Pitbull Diaz, but he can scrap, and it's certainly a step up. And that's how Top Rank has been putting it. His last person was a title challenger too, and he knocked him out in one round. So Shakur Stevenson's getting into a groove, and they're stepping up his competition, you know. But like Mick Connellan and Ryan Garcia, they're still in the developmental stage, you know. Like their competition hasn't been guys with the winning record, or, like, you know, anyone that people thought would possibly beat them. So that's cool. You know, you're supposed to build up your fighter. I have no beef with that, especially the young guys. It's different for Golovkin because he's 37. He's a grown man. You know, he's 37 and a silver medalist, so he should be fighting, you know, probably someone who's ranked higher than Brandon Adams. But for the Ryan Garcias and these younger cats, 25 and under, let them get their feet wet. I'm cool with that. The only thing is, like I said, we're turning into a clout chasing boxing society where they're saying something and it's not gonna happen. That's why new media is so successful, because I keep I see right through it. I know, the moment it left De La Hoya's mouth that Canelo could fight Andre Ward at 175, I was like, bullshit. Like, I don't see it happening. I'm not perfect. If Canelo fights Jacobs and then fights Andre Ward, I'll wear whatever, a Golden Boy t-shirt and make an apology video if he puts him in with Andre Ward at 175. But I'm pretty sure most people don't believe that's going to happen next. And, truth be told, it's not like I'm just pushing for the fight. He should worry about Jacobs. That's a good fight, That's a tough fight. So I wouldn't even look past that. So come on, bro. That's it. That's just what it is. So it's just like a lot of clout chasing, like mentioning name, and like, and you keep seeing it. Like, what huge fight has Al Heyman and Top Rank put on together recently? In the last 2 years. I'm talking about not like Crawford, Felix Diaz, Crawford versus John Molina Jr., because those were Al Heyman fights. I'm talking about Crawford Porter, Crawford Danny Garcia, Crawford Spence, Crawford Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? What big major fight has Golden Boy put on with Al Heyman recently? And exclude all mandatories, because that's something whole different thing. People can lose. You could lose your ranking. You could lose your belt if you don't abide by those rules. So Gary Russell did fight a Golden Boy fighter, Joseph Jojo Diaz, but he was the mandatory. So, if Gary Russell refused to fight him, or the promoter refused to make it, then Gary Russell could lose his belt, off of that. If Diaz and Golden Boy didn't do it, then you just cost your fighter a title shot, and they'll go on to the next person if you didn't want the work. Like when Konstantin Ponomarev ducked Errol Spence several times. He was the highest ranking guy with the IBF, and he didn't want no smoke with Errol Spence. And now we know why. So you got to know how the game goes. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fought like 5 times in the amateurs, and Ryan Garcia actually won some of them too. I don't know how many. I think Devin might have won 3 and Garcia might have won 2. Something like that. But don't quote me on that. But I know they fought like 5-6 times. What do you think about Tevin Farmer versus Joseph Jojo Diaz? I seen him talking trash on Twitter. It's a good fight, but again, no mandatory. So Golden Boy there with DAZN. Tevin Farmer's with Eddie Hearn. Make it happen. Let's see it. Period. Yeah, make sure you smash the like button. Like, that's what a LSI, that we not changing that. Let's see it. I'm with it. If it's a good boxing fight, let's see it. If the fans are ready to pay for it and watch it, let's see it. But outside of that, what are we talking about? What on earth are we talking about? Like, and the thing is, like I said, I'm a boxing fan, so if it's good for boxing, if it's a good fight and the fans want to see, you can count on me. I'm gonna promote it. That's what I do. I wanted to talk about this too. I really feel like DAZN. Hold on one second. I really feel like DAZN. I'm curious to what some of the decision making process is like with a business decision. So they had a matchroom card today. David Price got bit. It was really a weird card. Definitely not a card that was really marketable in America because it was a UK card. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't have like people like. It's just weird. It's weird that DAZN, they get, okay, so Eddie Hearn Matchroom. Here's the thing. Eddie Hearn Matchroom, let's say he has 16 dates in the UK, 16 in the USA, right? You have a bunch of UK fighters because that's where you started, rightfully so. Your US stable, when you first started, was pretty much a clean slate, minus give or take a few people, you know, like Daniel Jacobs, right? Block Lala Garza, please. Block him. Just block him. Just block him. So they entrusted a UK promoter without a heavy USA stable to, you know, sign a bunch of fighters from a clean slate and promote a brand new app. Then you look at the different dynamics between the UK and the USA. A lot of UK British fighters outside of the top, you know, the top earners haven't really been integrated into the American boxing program outside of hardcore fans. Because there's only boxing is a small niche sport. There's only a certain amount of dedicated. Every fight, I don't miss it. You know, I'm watching Vodstick in Philly, or I'm watching Mayweather McGregor. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone's that dedicated. People have lives, jobs, and stuff. And, you know, boxing, after the Tyson era and Lennox Lewis retired and stuff, boxing, there was lulls where, you know, 2012 or something might not have been the greatest year. It might have been just Floyd's fight. So the point I'm making is this. Eddie Hearn didn't really have a big US stable. He has a UK stable, but again, outside of the top earners like the Joshuas, you know, maybe Kell Brook, but he's on the kind of the downslide on his recent performances. A lot of the guys haven't made a splash and or haven't fought in America. So the brain power that be at DAZN, the powers that be, I'm kind of wondering now, as we see this unfold, what they were thinking, not having DAZN picked up in the UK, allowing Sky Sports and BT Sports, and now Al Heyman and ITV4 and ITV network to still do their thing, not open up the market for DAZN to be available in the UK, and then pitch whatever fights that came about. You know what I'm saying? Like the card today for DAZN, I really feel like there's nothing about it that really appeals to, I guess, the average American. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know who Cash Ali is, and I cover boxing. Does that make sense? I know David Price, but I also know him for losing to Erkan Tepper by stoppage. Tony Thompson, twice by stoppage. Alexander Povetkin fought him on a Joshua undercard. He lost by stoppage. You get what I'm saying? And then you're expecting to raise the price like they did, and you have one domestic card that doesn't really lure in Americans per se, because a lot of those names, a lot of people don't know who Anthony Fowler is and Fitzgerald. I don't remember. So to me, I feel like Eddie Hearn should have been bringing those guys over here, getting them proper fights with Americans, or like American fights. Like even Joshua, he's big at least though, and he's making money, so people know him. But Joshua should have been fought in America by now, because now when they need it, when they need an American presence for British fighters, they would have it, because you would be like, oh, okay, I remember when Joshua came and knocked out Charles Martin here, but they chose to use the UK, which they said was a hotbed at the time. You know, now we're getting somewhere. So like this DAZN card, you got to look at these are the implications. You have a domestic card. Let's say I'm American. I bought it, $20 for this month. All right, cool. Or for the next 30 days. And then I get to see a balding Cash Ali tackle and bite David Price and the fight ends in a DQ. And he, you know, what man bites some guy's stomach in combat? It's really weird. You know, that's like some Cape Fear shit when he bit her cheek off. So that's weird. And then, like I said, a lot of the other fights, even the main event, the main event was Liam Smith, who Americans may know from losing to Canelo in America at the AT&T Stadium. You get what I'm saying? And he stopped Sam Egington, who, you know, I guess his best fight was Paulie Malignaggi, you know, one of his most well-known opponents. And he got upset recently and stopped. And then now he got stopped again by Liam. You get what I'm saying? So I just feel like, how is that the pitch to Americans? Like, guys you haven't shown to American audiences, minus a select few. And then your main event is Liam Smith, who got destroyed in America by Mexican fighters. Liam Smith got destroyed by Jaime Munguia at the Hard Rock or somewhere in Vegas, Cosmo, wherever, in Vegas last year. And then Liam Smith got destroyed by Canelo in front of 51,000 people at Jerry's World, AT&T. So he's your main event. And then you're putting him in with was it Sam Egington, who is one fight removed from being stopped and upset on a UK card by that one dude, Hassan or whatever the guy's name is. It didn't happen that long ago. He fought some Hassan or some shit. And that's your main event. I just don't, to me, I don't see how that is pitched to Americans. Like, then your other card, you have an American card the same day, and you put a 19-year-old who just had a kid in there with Jose Lopez coming off of a loss. Ryan Garcia did his thing, but the whole card didn't really have any other stars outside of Ryan Garcia. And the package point or the price point is $20 for that, you know. And I understand that there's other fights in the month, but what I'm saying is, how do you have two cards and none of them are really big for America, and you had two cards today? Does that make sense? And then the other card today, or this month that I know of, Tevin Farmer versus a UK guy, Jonu, as your main event. Gabe Rosado versus Selesky, who lost to Jacobs not too long ago on HBO. And you did it conflicting with Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence, which was a much bigger fight that fight week. You know, just strategy-wise, I don't see, you know. And then the Ryan Garcia card was conflicting with Top Rank had a card in Philly. So it's just like, I mean, you can't get away from another promoter having dates. But it's just like, I really feel like every DAZN card, there's always somebody else. Like there's not many DAZN cards where these other promoters are bowing off of the dates because they know they can't win. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's not a good sign. So it said DAZN's gonna retire on the stool. Hey, you tripping? But listen, Bob Arum is not stupid. He's not stupid, right? So Bob Arum, he'll bow down. You think Bob Arum is going to stage a card on Canelo Jacobs, an opposing card? Hell no, because that's a big fight, you know. So I get it. You get promoters to bow down when it's an absolutely big event. Like nobody. Well, actually, Golden Boy did have one for Mayweather McGregor, but actually Cotto versus Kamagai was scheduled before Mayweather McGregor. To be fair, you get what I'm saying? Like, the bottom line is promoters will bow down off the date and wouldn't, if your fight gets announced already, they're not going to schedule anything on top if they don't have a competing fight. But DAZN, a lot of their fight cards they're dueling with other boxing promoters who aren't afraid to put their card because they're confident that their card, you know, they're not worried about their card being like overshadowed or shut out by the DAZN card. Do you get what I'm saying? And then on top of that, UFC has certain dates. I get it. There's 52 weeks in a year, so there's only certain dates that you could pick anyway. But I feel like strategy-wise, you know, I don't know. It's just weird when, like I said, the UK, that wasn't really a card that would entice a lot of Americans, I would imagine, to go out and buy. And then your US card was Ryan Garcia versus Jose Lopez. So these are all the challenges that I keep seeing DAZN is going to have to face as they build up. And then when they have it where they could do it, like Triple G versus Andrade, you put them on the same card but not opposite each other. You know, so I feel like DAZN still needs the big fights, and they got to lure it in to justify the 20. Like, you have a better chance of someone trying to commit the more big fights that they have. Then they'll be like, all right, instead of paying 20 a month, they got Canelo versus Jacobs. They got Anthony Joshua versus Miller. Oh shit, Triple G's fighting Andrade, hypothetically, if that was a thing. Then that's how you entice people to, you got to pull the trigger on the big fights, period. Because, like, to me, a lot of these small cards competing with the UFC, competing with Top Rank and Vodstick and, you know, Kubrat Pulev and he kissing bitches and shit, you know, that's, I don't know if you're getting your full revenue. Again, I get it. Sometimes it happens. Amir Khan, Terrence Crawford, they're fighting on April 20th. So is Danny Garcia versus Adrian Granados, you know. So sometimes it happens, but it seems to be an ongoing, lingering issue with DAZN. B-Hop got mad when one of the commentators said Ryan is a hype train. Oh, wow. I didn't hear that part. You know, so that's the struggle. They're going to have to find an American way to connect with Americans and, you know, the best fights that make people want to commit long term or whatever. The other thing is this. Like, it's like since they're new and they have the least American stable and they're pitching to Americans, I really feel like things got to click even more. Like how Eddie Hearn is bothering Americans, and, you know, it's turning some of the American media against the app. That's not a good look either, you know, making people like so angry where they're like, man, I'm not getting this. That's not a good look, you know. So you have to be like, not saying walk on eggshells, but kind of, you know, you have to be on your P's and Q's because you're the new kid. Top Rank been here. JM, look, he says, I'm Latino, but what Errol Spence Jr. said is true. Oscar De La Hoya doesn't promote his black fighters well. See, and that's another issue. There's American black fighters signed with Golden Boy, but no one even knows them. Rashidi Speedy Ellis is raw. That's my guy. Shout out to him. I think he's from Rhode Island. He spars with Demetrius Andrade, but he's not being promoted. That's why Errol Spence is not falling for the okie doke. That's why he typed that. He's like, what you gonna do with me? And this is the thing with loyalty. Al Heyman just put money in Spence's pocket. You know, he just put money in it, and he got a hometown fight. That means a lot to these fighters. You know, I know because I seen Errol Spence whole clique and ran into people who went to high school, you know, that he has on his team and stuff. That means a lot to a fighter. Damn, I sold out 50,000 with Mikey, man, now, and I got a highlight reel performance. He must be over the moon, like Joshua say, with that, having that type of performance at home, having his people come out like, I told you I'm the man. You know, he probably feel like he the king of Dallas, like he run Dallas now, you know. So that's big, those types of things. And like I said, DAZN's gonna have to find a way to connect. And like I said, sending Eddie Hearn's doing this, and then American media is constantly angry with them, and he's enjoying it. You know, Eddie Hearn's is like, oh, everyone's pissed off at me, everyone hates me, it's like he wants to be like Floyd Mayweather. He wants to be this villain, But the thing is, Floyd was eating. See, I'm dropping facts right now. I'm dropping gems. Floyd was eating. People didn't like Floyd, you know, some, but people did like Floyd too. And they were still paying. So he was already an established commodity. I think that's a common denominator here. Things are different when maybe you're already established. It's like, what's gonna look what if you keep coming late and you've been with the company for 20 years, and you know, and for the most part you held it down and you had your attendance in order, or if you're on your 90-day probation period and you're coming late every day, what do you think looks worse? Whether it's fair or not, what do you think looks worse? So you know, as a new entity trying to break through a market, you're kind of under a microscope. You feel what I'm saying? Like you have to get it right. I mean, it's no different than me when I was a YouTube channel. What if everything that I came out with, the information was inaccurate? You know, I probably wouldn't be around too long. You know what I'm saying? If like I'm doing videos on YouTube, I had to be on my P's and Q's when I was coming up. You know, and I feel like DAZN, they got all these billionaires and whatever, and a person like me who's not even a millionaire, I feel like I got ideas that would benefit them more. And it's just crazy. And I'm not asking for a job. Like, it's not even about me. It's not my company, so it's not my company to fail if it does fail. But I just look at it from a boxing fan perspective and a business owner myself, and I'm just like, I don't understand some of the decisions. Like, here, look, and I'm giving them free game right now. Garcia versus Lopez undercard, DAZN. 1,700 people watching. So that's not an illegal stream, people. That's on DAZN's YouTube. They were showing the DAZN undercard for free on YouTube. And then when it got to the main card, whatever fight that was, and then obviously Ryan Garcia in the main event versus Jose Lopez, then you had to get the app. So my question is this. If you pay $20 a month and they're showing their original programming, like their 24/7, they're showing, you know, their undercards for free on the app, that's, to me, it's like, what's the perk of being a member? Like, you know, people need membership perk. You know, like, what are we doing? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to, if you get a Costco membership, you can't buy anything outside of food, because I think it's illegal to restrain or restrict someone from buying food, or at least in California. But outside of that, to get those wholesale prices, you have to have a Costco membership, right? So DAZN has to work on their content and what's exclusive to its members. But if you on your own live stream, you got the press conference that you streaming, you got the weigh-in that you streaming, you showing the undercards. Isn't that what the people are paying for? And then they could just get it on your YouTube. See, that's what I'm saying. DAZN came out different. DAZN came out trying to innovate and do something totally different. And I'm like, are they thinking about this? For example, HBO boxing, that when they were in boxing, and Showtime, they can stream, they can go to their YouTube, right, to live stream, because they know to watch the actual fight the next day, you got to fuck with them. You know, you have to get the HBO, right? Same thing with Showtime. They can show you the press conference for Spence Garcia because they're established. They can show you that on YouTube. But if you're charging someone $20 a month and the original content, like, we'll take DAZN out of it. Let's say we're talking about Netflix. I have Netflix. Let's say it's $13.99 a month. I'm not talking about an occasional promotion or free trial, right? And that's another thing they were doing on DAZN, 30-day free trial, but whatever. Netflix, $13.99. Let's say they let me stream like whole movies that were under, or documentaries that are under a certain time, like an hour or less. That's one of the perks to being a Netflix member. They're not going to they'll let you watch a trailer with no Netflix account, but they're not going to let you actually watch the first 30 minutes. They're not going to let you do no shit like that. But DAZN, you know, they're streaming the weigh-ins, the press conference, when they do an original show like Canelo Fielding, the Journey 2 or whatever it's called. There's Ryan Garcia's undercard. They're streaming. I'm like, it seems weird to me. And I guess that's their attack plan or plan of attack for trying to lure people in. Like, oh, hey, now if you want to watch the full fight with Ryan Garcia, you know, come fuck with us. And then they're putting all the clips on, you know, of what happened on their social media immediately after. See, it's different. I don't know. It's just, to me, it seems weird because they're new, you know. Like, I don't have DAZN. And I seen the David Price on their Twitter. That's how I found out he got bit, because it was on their Twitter account. Because I was live streaming. I didn't even watch the fight. But I opened up Twitter and they showed the clip. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a weird game plan to me. Yes, it's exactly. It's like but see, listen, UFC been around longer than some of y'all. UFC was around with like Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz and shit like that. Like, so UFC, it took time. So they have a built-in like fan base. So they'll watch the prelims, and like you said, that draws up interest. You know, they're talking about the, you know, Conor for the main event, and now you got to get Conor for Nate Diaz. You got to get the pay-per-view. You know, so it's an interesting kind of conundrum, and I feel like that's where DAZN's at right now. That's why Bob Arum said nobody has DAZN. You know, and then part of their game plan up until I think recently was a 30-day free trial. I'm like, how you, like, it's not my company, it's not my money to lose, but I'm like, how are you gonna make money giving away everything pro bono? Like, don't get it twisted. When I first started filming and learning my camera and stuff, I did free jobs, but I wasn't doing, like, I didn't do 100 free jobs. You know, I did enough free jobs to get familiar with my gear, and then I start getting paid. Now you got to pay, like, you know. So it's just kind of a weird game plan, you know. Shout out to Angel Morales. Very good point. Say UFC didn't always have the viewership they have now. It took years to establish. That's what I'm saying. UFC is a whole different entity because they've been on different networks. They were with Fox. Now they're with ESPN. You know, they distribute their own pay-per-views at a point in time. So, yeah. People, Joe Rogan, you know, they got guys like that doing. Name someone that's popular that has like a podcast like Joe Rogan that works for DAZN, you know? So it's just totally different. Joe Rogan on his own personal podcast does 1 million. So, you know, people like Joe Rogan doing the commentary. So I feel like there's, to the business model, there's some, yeah, look, UFC was started November 1993. Told y'all, it's longer than some of y'all have been alive. So Netflix was founded in 96, 97, somewhere around there too. That's what I'm saying. It takes time. It takes time. And then on top of it, like I said, business-wise, it takes time to grow a business. Trust me. I'm on here. You know. But see, that's a great point. Feed Me B said DAZN needs Roy Jones. That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's the business decisions. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's a great point. I love Roy Jones. That would entice some people to want to hear the commentary. But the people they got, you know, I don't know if it resonates with everyone. That's what I'm saying. I don't know who's making the decisions, who's like, I don't know. It just, some of this stuff seems weird to me. Like, you guys could check. I got more subscribers on YouTube than DAZN. And I'm one person without $1 billion. And I don't have like backstage. Imagine if I had a backstage to Canelo's training camp and I could just bring in, you know, several cameras and just record him. I have more, that, like, actual fact, I got more subscribers. Now, obviously, it took me long to get it, but I'm just saying, you have the facilities to have a credentialed person at Anthony Joshua. So when Joshua got pushed, that's what I'm saying. It takes time because you have clips like that. You know, I got more subscribers than you, and I do this. You know, I didn't have a camera person at Joshua versus Gerald Miller when he got pushed. You know, or backstage with Canelo for his fights, and I don't have the $1 billion in exclusive rights. That's what I'm saying. They got to come holler at us. They got to come through America. It's not as easy as you think, even on a digital platform. Look, I don't be lying. DAZN USA, they've been out for a year. Look, I'm subscribed, so I help them out. 71,000. Look, they got 71. I got more subs than that. And then, like I said, they doing what Showtime and PBC and all that's doing. Like, look. Highlights. They got a 5-minute Ryan Garcia. His fight. Bro, you tell me. You tell me. I got more subs. I told you I am boxing. Everything comes through me. No, but okay. This is what I'm saying, bro. I don't understand. I just don't understand. The fight lasted 2 rounds. 3 + 3 is 6. You know? They got a 5-minute and 49 Ryan Garcia, Jose Lopez highlights that was promptly uploaded. You're expecting people to pay $20, and then you're promptly putting a fight up. You know, some people is lazy. They'll just be like, man, fuck that. I'll wait. I'll watch the highlights on your page. It's just a weird game plan. You know, they got the post-fight interview, and they doing it quick. They got highlights of, I don't know, bro. They got highlights of David Price getting bit. All right. This is what I'm saying. They're stuck in a conundrum because they like, you're charging people $20 a month, and a lot of what you're giving up or what you get, they're releasing for free because they're a new company. You know, and that's almost unfair for the members. Block Tacanya or whatever. Tachanka. Yeah, we're going to Tachanka you. Yeah. Block Tatanka or Tachanka. Listen, Ruben, don't solicit on my page. I don't care what anybody's talking about. Listen, don't tell me about anybody unless they verified. You know, 100,000 plus subs. They done what I done. They cover more fights than me. If that ain't the case, then I don't care. And then even if that is the case, I still probably wouldn't care. But, you know, you have a better chance of me caring. Ryan ain't ready for Tank. Yeah, I don't see it happening. Next. So, yeah, I just feel like the DAZN, they kind of have to patch some of these holes. Like, they're giving a lot of what the members are supposed to be able to get through the app away for free. And again, I understand business. I did a lot of video work. I did a lot of video work for free when I first started as I got familiar with my equipment and stuff. But I didn't, you know, I didn't just keep giving away free shit. You know, I did a couple of videos for free or for a small fee. Like, and then as I got good, which I'm a fast learner, you know, I was like, I need my money. You know what I'm saying? That might have been one of your exes, Ego. Man, I'm taking a break from women. Not like that. That sounds kind of weird. But that Q-Brat pull-up shit got me shook, bro. I don't even want to get no woman's number right now. I don't want that pull-up shit got me shook, bro. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's just business hiccups, you know, little stuff that they're gonna have to figure out though. But I feel like the biggest thing is you have to be in tune with boxing is real fickle. Fans are real fickle. You got to be in tune with what they want. You know, you need people on like ground zero that know boxing. I'm telling you, because this is why do you think ESPN had a budget for Dan Raphael, gave him a show, an in-studio show, right? And then they canceled it. It's been on for less than a year, and it's been canceled. He still works for ESPN. He's still a writer. You know, he still probably goes to fight and stuff. But they canceled it. Then you come to my channel. I have a fucking blanket, you know? I have a fucking blanket right here. A blanket behind me. And I'm talking boxing. And you see people send super chats. You see people engage in conversation. You see people talking. You know why? It's because I've established my name, my brand, and my presence in this game. See, these big companies, a lot of them are not in tune with the media. And then they'll have writers who write crazy things. And you read their article, just look at it. Go to it's just different websites and stuff. And then they were like, this writer's trash and this writer said that, you know, and that's what you have to watch as a brand, because people like, you know, I always see people like, this writer, why did this Scott guy say that? You know, just people getting mad at whoever pinned the article because of the points that they brought up. You know, this shit is not easy. This boxing, I'm telling you, this boxing shit is fickle. You know, now you even have fighters more vocal, not wanting to like do interviews with certain people, you know, or giving them a hard time because they don't know shit about boxing, and then, you know, gave them super unnecessary hate and unwanted press. I'm trying to tell you, boxing is fickle. If Ryan and Rolly fight, get signed, who you got? You know, I like both of them dudes. I know both of them. So the fans, that's who I got. The fans winning that. I'm not picking. See, I don't have to pick sides and shit. I like both of them. I like when they're doing. Just let me know when it happens. And I would sit back and watch that as a fan. Yeah, being around Canelo is good. Hey, this motherfucker Canelo look like a pit bull, dog. Canelo look like a real life, like human version of a pit bull. This motherfucker look in shape. When he was in the ring, he's coming into his grown man side. Cause I remember early Canelo, and he looked a little bit smaller and shit. Canelo looked like a fucking pit bull. He was in that ring, and he looked like he in shape. This Jacobs fight is gonna be good. It's gonna be a good fight. Canelo looks swole though. Laughing my ass off, I said the same shit. No, it's true. Canelo, he had that red shirt on or whatever. I was like, damn, he look like you fucking Mexican Tyson. Like, what? Motherfucker just came in like, I was born ready. Like, what the fuck y'all gotta have? He just looked like lightweight Diesel for, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. No, I don't even know how he's making 54 and Canelo weight and all that towards the end. Because he looks way better, pause, but at 160 and 168 and 164.5 for Chavez, he looked better at all them weights. That motherfucker's face was falling off when he was. Go watch the Liam Smith shit. His skin looked like tissue paper. He looked like Christian Bale and the Machinist and shit. He looked way better at this weight. Way better. You could tell his body filled out, and his body is, he still cuts weight, but this is definitely a more natural fit because he actually looks like when you see Floyd Mayweather looks good at the shape of 147. You know, even 54s and stuff, he looks good and still cut up. You know, traps. He looks. You didn't see Floyd Mayweather looking all like sucked up, like Pookie and shit. Canelo used to look like that at 54 and 55. He used to look kind of sucked up, like Brandon Rios. Remember when Brandon Rios was fighting Alvarado and them made weight guys? You know, your cheeks sucked in and your mouth, your lips look like a beak and shit, bro, because you weight train. when fighters had that fucked up weight cut, that's how they be on there. What's my weight? Like Buffalo Bill in Science of the Lamb. She puts the lotion on the skin. You know, motherfucker, you know it's a fucked up weight cut when they can't even make a muscle and shit. Like look straight ahead. Hey, Bill, smile for the camera. Their body limp like Weekend at Bernie's. Hell no. Some of these fighters be looking crazy. It's really hard on the fighter to make that, but some fighters make it harder because they walk around weight be so stupid. Like they fight at 140 and they walk around weight 215. Like, of course it's gonna be hard, you know. You fighting under welterweight, but your walk around weight, that's stupid. I mean, of course, that's common sense. Weight cuts are probably hard regardless, but especially if you come down with 190 and you 5'3", what the fuck? Like 50 Cent. Remember when 50 Cent did that movie? Something special, man. Hey, I lost a bunch of weight, nigga. Yeah, he lost that weight. He was looking in the camera. And then it was worse. And I love 50 Cent. I think he's dope, but I don't even think anyone really watched that movie. I ain't seen it. Like, so it's not even like you got an Oscar. You just lost all that weight. Hell no. Nah. Something special. I weigh 130, nigga. Like, hey, bro, you better chill. You better put that G-Unit weight back on, bro. You tripping. You tripping. Hey, Bank said, go ahead and switch the style up and starve yourself and starve yourself. Like, all right, keep starving yourself if you want, bro. Starve yourself if niggas say to let the money. He said, looking like Skeletor. No, that's not even a good one because Skeletor was like, he was like abnormal. Could watch He-Man. Skeletor I never understood this. See, I told you my brain always works. Skeletor had a skull for a face, but he was hella hub. He was hella jacked. And I never understood that. I'm like, damn, why has he hella like Lou Ferrigno right here, but his shit skull right there? Just go look at Skeletor. He's like running. He hella diesel. Skeletor was not skinny. Only his face was a skull, which made no sense. Like, damn, why are you so swole? Here, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all Skeletor. Skeletor was on them weights. Look. Skeletor said he's swole out here. See, I told you Skeletor was not no punk out here. Look, Skeletor was hub. That motherfucker like arm. Yeah, what are you doing? I'm a skull. That motherfucker was swole for no reason. Look, Skeletor did that Creed workout. His face was the only thing like hella fucked up. When the machine you want ain't open at the gym, that's how y'all be looking. The Machinist. I haven't watched that in hella long. Why he had that weird ass voice? I just feel like I don't. Let me hear Skeletor's voice. I don't know. He said he had a. He said he had a weird. I remember it was weird, but I don't remember what it sounded like. I remember Krang had that fucked up shit. Krang.
You don't? The loyal subjects of East Fen.
Hold on, that ain't him.
Your Majesty, don't touch that. Pretty statue to remember me by. Think you can control my men, do you? Clever, but not clever enough for this.
Why he sound like he like 98?
You release that. Silence, you furry fool. I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
Why is he going bad like that? He said, "Silence, you bubbling fool. I heard you." Why does he sound like that? Damn, I used to love He-Man too. This motherfucker sound crazy.
Finished here, do you understand? Cast out. Vanished. Your whip, beast man.
Oh shit. Hey, cartoons used to do the bro. Ain't nobody. I'll slap shit out so they laugh like that in front of me, bro. Like I don't care if we had a comedy. There's nothing that funny where you're like, bro. Imagine if you date a girl. I don't care. She got body. She could have cheek, yeah, bro. If she laughed like that, bro, no. We gotta break up. that wicked ass laugh, hey, bro. He sound fucked up.
And finally, your seat at the council table.
The
last time you will ever see them.
I'm about to go watch Throwback. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here. Like, ain't nobody laughing like that at over 21 years old, bro. If you over 21, you can't laugh like that. Nah, bro. You can't fit in this society with that laugh, bro. You bumbling fool, it's me. It's got like it's just a weird voice. It almost sounds like the DMX. It's me, Mickey. Where's He-Man? Like it just sounds like that's not a real like adult and shit. Like it's me, Mickey. Yo, who is it? Me, Mickey. She's dismissed with that Wizard of Oz laugh. Hey, y'all fooling. That's hella funny. That's hella funny. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. I might watch some Skeletor. Holla at the boy. Anyway, just something for y'all to think about.